It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Wittenberg assistant women's basketball coach, Coach Lexxus Graham. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to start coaching at college basketball?
Yes, funny story. So all through college, I did not want to coach. Did not want to. My senior year of college, so my dad is a high school coach at my alma mater high school. And so my senior year, he was like, when you graduate, come coach with me, come coach freshmen. And I just blew him off. So when I finally graduated, I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. So I was the head coach for their freshman team. And we were very young. It was just 7th and 8th graders. And here we are playing against freshmen. And that was the greatest. It was great. It was a great experience. We didn't win many games, which was completely fine, but they just had fun. They learned, they grew. It was just seeing that allowed me to fall in love with the game. So even more. So that's why I am a coach now today.
Of course, what was it like going to Camville University to play basketball?
It was a blessing. Being able to go play the game that I love and for free, it was definitely a dream come true. It helped the financial stress for my parents and also just allowed me to live out my dream playing college basketball.
Of course, what was that like getting to put on your college basketball jersey?
Oh, it was great. And especially being able to put on the number I wanted. I was number 22, of course, because my dad, that's what his number was. But being able to put that jersey on that number, it was definitely great. A greatest feeling.
How is that experience like getting to put on that number 22 representing your dad?
It was, I don't know. So I was originally number 5 throughout my high school career. And then when my dad, so my junior year of high school, he came over to the women's side and started coaching me. And I was like, I'm going to dedicate this to my dad. So I put on that 22 jersey and it just like playing for him. I was just playing for him.
Of course, what were some of your biggest college accomplishments playing?
So every year we went to the national tournament. So my freshman year, we made it to the national championship game. We was runner up. Sophomore year, made it to Elite 8. Junior year, we made it to the Final Four. And then my senior year wasn't too well, but we still made it. We made it to the Sweet 16. But those are huge accomplishments, being able to help my team get to the national tournament every year.
What was that experience like going in your freshman year to the national championship and following going to the tournament each year?
Freshman year, didn't play much. It was big stage, freshman jitters. But sophomore, junior, senior year, being able to actually contribute on the court and helping us get to the next level, getting to the next round, it was big. It was huge. And my junior year was really special. We played against the number 1 team, and we beat them and made it to the Final Four, and it was just an upset alert. And we had a huge stage. This was we was in Kansas City, so that we didn't really have many fans. They were watching it live, but it was great. It was great. We had Campbellsville, Kentucky going crazy.
Of course, how was that like after college, getting into college coaching and getting into coaching and coaching at your high school alma mater?
It was different. It was different. I always tell people that I'm glad I'm able to coach with my dad because I get to yell with him instead of him yelling at me. And so that's always something I will celebrate. But no, it was a great experience being able to teach the young girls things that I was taught while I was playing, but also just to help them off the basketball court, turning into young women, young ladies.
What was that experience like sharing in that moment of coaching with your father through your high school basketball coaching career?
It was great. I can't explain it. It was a really great feeling being able to be on the sideline with him, being able to win the district championship game, win the region championship game, going to the state tournament, just being able to share that joy with him, coaching beside him. It was great. And just, I learned a lot. I learned a lot underneath of him.
How was the jump like going from high school coaching to getting to coach in college at Georgetown first?
Well, it was a big jump just because that they were my rival when I played in college. But it wasn't much different because I loved the game, college, high school, still loved it. But the only thing that I can say is just how different it was coaching for a rival that I played against in college.
What were some of your coaching accomplishments at Georgetown?
Well, I would say I was able to be an assistant coach at the college level for the first time. We didn't really have a successful year, but I was able to be an assistant coach for the college level for the first time.
Of course, how is that like getting the director of operations role at Bell Mary University?
Yeah, it's a tough college to pronounce. It's Bellarmine. It's spelled crazy, but it was awesome. At the D1 level, just being able to experience the logistic side of being on the college basketball staff, being able to do the travel, do the food. It was very eye-opening to see what goes into being a basketball program.
Of course, what are some of the things that you learned there to help you into getting your next assistant coaching job with Wittenberg?
So now that I'm an assistant coach and I'm also doing basically the same thing that I was doing as the Dobo. And so it's prepared me. Like I have all kinds of organization, file folders for like the travel and for the food. So I'm set. I'm able to be a coach and then I'm able to do the Dobo side. So I think that's big, being organized. That's the one thing. In that role, I was able to be more organized than I was. And so it just helped me every day, every single day. I knew where this was, where that was.
Of course, coming to Wittenberg, what was that like taking over as the assistant coach?
It was a great experience. I was very blessed to be able to get back into coaching. And under Coach Colby, she's great. She's great, very great. She's competitive. She's intense, and that's what I love. That's what I wanted. And also just being at Wittenberg University, Ryan Agler, he's an ex-WNBA coach. He coached for the Seattle Storm, so he coached Sue Bird. He coached for the LA Sparks. He coached Candace Parker and Chelsea Gray. And then just being at Wittenberg University and under him and under Coach Colby, definitely a great experience.
Of course, what has it been like, obviously, learning under him, being that he was an ex-WNBA coach?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Sometimes he'll come into the office and be like, "Hey, let's talk basketball," and we'll go on the court and we'll run through some stuff. And it's like a mentor. He's honestly like a mentor. He'll because he obviously coaching on the women's side, he gravitates more towards us. And it's just anytime he's like, "Hey, let's go to the court," I'm sprinting to get there because being able to hear and learn what he wants to teach us after being at the WNBA level, it's great. It is great.
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you've helped build upon for Wittenberg?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you've helped build upon for Wittenberg?
Gotcha, yes. So we are new staff. She has standards. So we have standards that we want the girls to follow, to live up to. And her being an alumni, the main arena is named after her coach who she played for. And it's just those standards. Every time we step into that gym, we want to live up to Pam Smith. We want to live up to those standards that she wants and also that her coach wanted.
Of course, what does a typical game day look like for Wittenberg?
So we just played in Canada past few days. And first game, jitters for the team, but we got pregame 4 hours before the game. And then we want to get to the gym 2 hours before tip off. We get on the court 60 minutes. The girls are stretching. We give them 10 minutes for that. And then we just split up guards and posts. And then we go in at halftime. Coach talks about the game plan, the strategy, and all that good stuff. We go back out, warm up, and it's tip-off time.
Of course, how was that like getting to play in Canada for the first time?
It was great. It was a great experience. It's beautiful. Montreal is beautiful. I do want to go back. But the basketball rules, it's different. The FIBA rules, 24-second shot clock. And the players, I had to stress this, they can't call a timeout. they can't. And it was 8 seconds. You have to get it across half court. It was definitely challenging for our girls, but they adapted after that first game. But it was fun. They had a great time. We did a lot of touring things. We got to see Mount Royal Park, the St. James Oratory. We got to see the chapel where Celine Dion got married up there. It was definitely beautiful.
Of course, what does a typical game day look like at home?
At home, we haven't played at home yet, but so I will, very similar to what we did at Canada, and we will also have scouting reports prepared for the in-season games. We will have that, go over that. I know for sure pregame is always 4 hours before the game, and we will 2 hours, maybe an hour, have the girls warm up, stretch, and all that good stuff. Then it will split guard post, go in at halftime, pre-talk, game strategy, game plan, come back out and be ready to play.
Of course, as an assistant coach, what is that feeling going to feel like when you do get to coach on the sideline for your first home game?
Oh, it's gonna be good. We're dressing up this year. It's crazy because COVID, all the coaches felt like they could just pull off some sweatpants and a pullover, but no, we're gonna dress up. We're gonna walk in like we own the place, as we should. It's gonna be good. In our arena, so the main court that we play on, they do like spotlights, and so it's like basically like a stage. So it's gonna feel like we're playing on a stage in front of the home crowd.
Of course, who are some of the teams that you face each week in your conference?
Okay, so in our conference, we have DePaul, Denison, Ohio Wesleyan, Worcester, Hiram, Kenyon, and then Oberlin College.
Of course, how's that going to feel like going to Ohio Wesleyan and having them come to you to play?
Well, luckily, a lot of schools in our conference, it's just a day trip. So it's gonna be very lovely with that. But the one team in our conference that is like the top, that's really challenging every year, is DePaul. I know last year our girls, we made it to the national tournament. They beat DePaul in the conference. So that was really good, and that's what we want to build on. We want to be the top team in the conference.
Of course, what are some of your future plans moving forward in this upcoming year and years to come?
To be successful. So Wittenberg University, all the sports, they are successful, and we want to continue that tradition, and we want to be successful every single year. We want to go to the national tournament this coming year, but we want to go deeper into that national tournament. We don't want to just get there. We want to hang banners in their arena.
Of course, what does the recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes looking to play college basketball?
Yeah. Well, for us, it's one, good people. That's really huge. When we're looking for recruits, we want to make sure that they're good people, and obviously good athletes and good talent. So we are searching for any players, and we are seeing them on highlights, talking to their AAU coaches, talking to the high school coaches, their parents, just getting to know them. And we set up a visit, get them on campus. We allow our admissions team to do the campus tour because they do a great job. They're very informative. They answer most of the questions that they have. So we usually go pick them up. Sometimes we go to lunch, and then we take them to our athletic facilities, and we tour that. Usually our athletic facilities sell themselves. We have a steamer. So Stanley Steamer, he's actually the CEO, he's the CEO of Stanley Steamer, but he is an alumni of Wittenberg. He played football, and he donated a lot of money to have the steamer built. And it's like an indoor track facility, and it has turf. So our football team practices in there, our soccer team, both men and women, lacrosse, field hockey. They can actually play games in there. Like if the weather is rainy or any of that, they can put nets down and play in there. And it's a 300-meter track, indoor track. They hold indoor track meets. You know, they got the long jump pit. There's also a baseball cage back there. So it's the sports facilities. It's great. We have our own strength staff. That's only D3 that has that, and the lifting room. It's amazing. It's nice and nice for a D3 school. And then of course we have 2 gyms. We have the auditorium or the Ox gym that we use, and then we have the main arena, and it has 3 courts on there, 5 baskets on each. So we have great facilities for a D3 program.
Of course, what is that like going on the road as an assistant coach and going out to recruit and look at those prospective student athletes?
Well, it's great to be able to do that again. But it's just great being able to sit in the gym, repping Wittenberg University and having kids, just seeing that you're there to watch them. And then sometimes you see someone else. They see the college coaches in there. They step up their game, and then you're asking the coach, hey, who was that? But yeah, it's great being able to allow kids to see you and then just want to get an offer, just want to get a coach to look at them for their future.
Of course, what are some of the things that you look at in particular when out on the road recruiting?
Well, it depends on the position that we're wanting. But like I said, good people first and foremost, and then talent-wise, and then defense. That's really big. If they can defend, if they know how to defend, and they're talking, and they're being a good teammate, and they're doing the little things, that's things that we like to look at in a player.
Of course, what is it like having those recruits come on the official visit and get to put on that jersey and fall in love with the colors of Wittenberg red?
Oh yeah, it feels good to see them happy, see them smile. It's huge. And having them posing and taking pictures, it feels good. It feels good as a coach. You always want to see kids happy.
Of course, as an assistant coach and a coach, what is it like getting to see those freshmen improve from first putting on that jersey to when they put that jersey on for the last time as a senior?
Yeah, it's as a coaching staff, you got to pat yourself on the back. To see them improve, that means you're doing your job, and they're also doing their job. That because as soon as they come in their freshman year, they want to be a different person, a different player when they leave their senior year.
What advice would you give those high school athletes looking to play college basketball?
I would tell them that you have to love it. It is, no matter what level you go to, you have to love the game of basketball because it is a job. It is a job.
What advice would you give those college basketball players looking to play in college and go on to professional level?
Again, you just gotta love it. It's got to be your number 2 priority. Of course, school being first, and then second being basketball. It's a job. You have to love it.
What advice would you give those coaches that are looking to get into the industry of coaching in college?
Well, I will tell them again that you have to love it. Being an assistant coach or a head coach, you have to put in a lot of hours. That's in the office, at home, scouting report, phone calls, recruiting. There's a lot that has to go into it. You just have to love it.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with the Wittenberg basketball program app?
Oh, let me pull it up, okay? All right. So my Twitter, I love Twitter. It is at the letter GRAHAM, capital LEXXUS. So it's my last name, Graham, and Lexxus. And then for our women's basketball Twitter, it is going to be the @ Witt WBB. So that's WITT WBB. So BB basketball.
Thank you again, Coach Lexxus Graham, for your interview, and best of luck in your future as the assistant women's basketball coach for Wittenberg.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck to you and Brandon Sports Talk.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Lexi Graham, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Yes, sir. Good night.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.